what I like to do is get into the rapid fire approach to street as opposed to the dojo. There's two different sides to jiu-jitsu, as we very well know. You have your traditional side, which is double grab here, these kind of motions here where you're learning this. You learn straight punch here, you're coming in, these kind of, or knife attack. Very simple approach to jiu-jitsu. We're gonna get to more of the combat because you probably have plenty of that in your dojo, correct or incorrect? We have a curriculum which has 154 katas in our system that my father and Junji Saito obviously put together through the Hakuryu, Daito-ryu, Sekaguchi Ryu, and Kito-ryu systems. And the Yoshitsune is the system that we obviously still teach till this day, but the other side of it is the combat system, which obviously I teach a lot of, and I do a lot of seminars, I do a lot of certification programs, teaching people this, the combat jiu-jitsu because it fits into karate, taekwondo, hapkido, it fits right in. There's a lot of kicking, there's a lot of punching involved in it, but it's more combative. So we're gonna go into that. It's more of a rapid fire approach. What I'll tell everybody here is, you have to be a bullfighter. I explain it constantly. A bullfighter moves his feet and his hands at the same time. Okay, if he throws a straight punch here, he doesn't do this. Okay, like your traditional motion would be. You get in the habit, he throws a straight punch here, stepping here, this kind of motion, it looks good, but in reality, it's not that good. And the reason why is because your feet have to stay within a distance that's gonna allow yourself to move quick. Bullfighter, I use that principle because a bullfighter, commonly when he bullfights, you don't see his feet go like this, okay, when he bullfights. Right or wrong, he moves quickly with his feet. Shoulder width apart, you want to be as comfortable as you can. You know, I explain this constantly when I do seminars. Never reach out, okay, to grab somebody. If you're a catcher behind the mound, picture yourself reaching out, what would happen? Okay, the bat's gonna hit your hand. You gotta keep your hand in close and use your body. That's combat jiu-jitsu as opposed to separating one from the other. So when he's doing a straight punch here, I wanna come in here, use my feet, so I can move my feet in this motion here. Make sense? So the first thing I'm gonna give you is that basic punch to the face. And then we'll add on to there. Make sense? So from here, he's gonna come in. We're gonna come in from here, elbow. Now we can break here, we can stop it right here and break. We're gonna fold it and bring it in from here. Simple as that. It's the first move you're gonna do. I'm more concerned with fast, getting out of the way, than I am concerned with anything else. The other thing I want to show you is the dead arm block, which is very difficult to learn, but again, I don't want to be fancy. I can dance around, you can do this all day long. Here, 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 here. You can do a lot of these techniques, but again, that's for drilling purposes. What we want to try to do is we want to try to do the combative. Okay, if he throws a hard roundhouse punch, I want to know that I can stop him, man. It's going to hurt him. So I can stand there all day long, and somebody who's big here, come over here, please. If he's throwing a roundhouse punch hard at my head, I want to know that I can stop it without having to do this. Okay, this kind of motion here. I want to know when this guy comes in here, I'm moving here. So the block is not going to affect my brain. And the key to learning how to block is doing a dead arm. And he'll feel that, right or wrong. The bottom line is, the guy's gonna throw a punch at you, he's punching you for a reason, to hurt you. And if you're afraid of the punch and you start this, you're gonna end up in a heap of trouble. On the street, the block should not even be in your head. The block should be there quick. Okay, it's the attack after the block that you need to know. Make sense? Because when he throws this punch hard, I wanna stop him. I wanna be able to hit here. I wanna be able to hit here at the same time. I don't want to stop, then go. Make sense? It's like getting on Amtrak and you know you don't get on Excella and you're stopping everywhere. You hate that, don't you? When you're on a train, you got to stop every train stop. You're looking out the window, okay, let's get there. It's the same thing here. Make sense? Please, Bobby, thank you. So again, the first move here. Quick, feet together, lock, lock and load. Let's get up and try that first, quick. And then we're moving from there. Comes in with a straight punch, 1, 2. He pulls back, we follow. When you follow people, the most important part of this is don't try to go down 45 degrees. The head is top heavy, he's got a 2-pound brain in it approximately. From here, we want to push this way. That's where he's gonna feel, not this way. His neck's too strong, he can fight this. But the minute I do this here, you can't fight that. Does that make sense? Come over here, I'll show you. So if I'm in here, I have you here, I'm flipping here, I want to get the hand here, I want to push this way. I don't want to push here. I want to get right across the eye, 45. He can't fight this. The minute he starts fighting, just stretch. Feel it? Push. Go to work.
Quick, quick, quick.
Same thing, straight punch here. We're going to move to the corner here. No opening your hands, none of this stuff, none of this stuff. Put your hand flat. People look logically at a street technique as opposed to a dojo technique or a no-holds-barred style of grappling in a ring. Put your hand here. Put your hand here. All you do is scoop. Understand? The man can't do anything to you here. Believe me. Sit him down and just tilt his feet. Okay? Let me show somebody else, Bobby, just so they can see it. Somebody come up here. I don't care who. Please. Let's come in with a straight punch here. My key is, again, getting to the rear of the man. From here, 1, 2, 3. Getting here fast as I can. That's feet and hands. It's not hands, then feet, or feet, then hands. It's hands and feet moving together. That's your key. The key to what I'm teaching today is moving your feet with your hands. Make sense? And not exaggerating. From here, I don't care what he tries to do, try to do something. Feel it? Try it again. Now, do you see me using this struggling here? Your hand goes underneath the larynx, flat here, grab here, and this is the key to this. Feel that? So when I sit him down, he now goes to grab or turn. If I bring his feet up, he's in trouble. If I want to shift it, I can shift it. Make sense? Right. What are you trying to do? You're trying to take a man and put him in a position where with every move he makes, he hurts himself. That's good jiu-jitsu. Make sense? So when he comes in here, I'm here. Now, I'm here. I bend him backward, he's in trouble here because he tries to move from here. That's all I need to do. I don't need to do anything else. And my hands are free here. So I can let go quick, cross over, whatever I want to do. This, I have to stop, turning my hands around. Here, your hands are ready to go. Does that make sense? So what you want to try to do is put your hands in a position where no matter what, is no different than that roundhouse punch. I want to be able to hit. I want to be able to know that I'm right in position to do these things. Again, that's feet and hands working together. Does that make sense? The biggest fear you're going to have is when he does swing that roundhouse. This is so important. I'm thinking of the roundhouse. Most people do this. They think of that roundhouse because they know they're going to get hit if they don't think about it. Now, they're not thinking together with your feet and your hands moving. Okay, same thing with the straight punch here. You got to move. Doesn't mean I can't break his arm. Doesn't mean I can't come down here, down here, down here, down here. But the thing is, do we do that logically in the street? No. You'd never turn underneath somebody on the street and throw them the way we do in the dojo. Strictly for motion. Make sense? So we have to be able to adapt to the situation and make it work in those situations. That's the key principle behind good jiu-jitsu, is not trying to find something that you learn in the dojo to make it work, but trying to find something that makes you feel comfortable in the situation you're in, okay, and make it work fast. It's no different. He goes to choke me. Now, he's in big trouble here. Now, how long did that take me to get here? Feel that? Okay, all I did is one thumb. And I'm not doing it hard. If I really feel this real hard, this guy's going to be bouncing around trying to... In 1 second, I could do that. Make sense? So you want to be able to relax. And the key to this is, again, don't use muscle. You know, you see a lot of this, they still... And this... And a lot of stiff stuff. But you get in the habit of doing that, just from here to here, you're going to be in trouble. Because you don't leave your arms out. Make sense? Faster you are, the better you're going to be. Jiu-jitsu especially. So when he comes in with a straight punch here, it's here. And then slide down, hit him in the back, and now he's not going anywhere. And I could use him, move with me. I want you to try to get out of this. Try. No way he's getting out of that. Go to work. Go. Simple is better. Okay, you have several different techniques. This one here, the straight punch here. Make sure you're moving your feet. You can kick in here, people. How hard do you need to kick? Do you need to do this here? Come in here, here, here. To look good, maybe. I'm not looking good. I don't care how I look. I care about how effective I'm going to be. Does that make sense? When you're moving, you've got to move. Your feet have to move together. That's what they call sugiyashi, in motion. Sugiyashi in combat. Not sugiyashi in drills. Okay, sugiyashi in drills, you can come from here, you can move here. But in motion, in reality, sugiyashi has to be a glide, not a slide. Because you can't slide with your shoes on. Everybody's taught in the dojo here, this kind of motion, but you can't slide outside. So now you got to figure out how you're going to pick your feet up enough to glide. Make sense? So when you're doing this, he's coming with a straight punch here. Get your feet up. Make sense? Very, very, very important that you learn that. It's so, so, so important. So we have that one technique here. We're here, 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 here that we just went through. We have this technique here, 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 bringing the man to the ground. Everybody can see that head behind the shoulder. So he's in trouble there. Make sense? What time? How much time do we have? Just so I know, because I want to do a grappling drill with you. You like to do a grappling drill? It's combat though. It's not your average grappling drill. I just want to find out. So now what you have is you have a grab and a punch. Most common attack on the street is a grab and a punch. Probably the most common attack. Guys in the bar, big game. Good. They grab you, they punch you. I want you to understand something. If you cannot block this punch when he's grabbing, you're in trouble. Because you know what? There's nothing you can do after you get hit that's going to save you. So why is dead arm important? Why is evasive motion important? Okay, why is getting out of the way of a punch important? Because you can't apply a technique if you get hit. Not nearly the way you can. I mean, you can do it if you're a little stifled. Most of the time a guy wants to hit you that hard, he's knocking you out. You're not going to be able to apply technique. And you got to register that. Because most people in the dojo, when they start training, they don't get hit very often. Get hit and you'll see what happens. It wakes your world up, right or wrong. So the first time you hit, you say, what the heck? I didn't know I was that vulnerable. Because the body's vulnerable, no matter how big you are. So it's important to understand the reality of self-defense. And the reality of how you apply a street applied technique as opposed to a dojo applied technique. That doesn't mean you don't practice in the dojo the way you should and build up the confidence level that you need to have in order to apply those particular techniques and mostly modify them to be able to work in a street situation. Okay, if a guy's come with a straight punch here, here's our kata 2. Here, break, lock, throw. Would you do that on the street? No. Does that make sense? We have techniques that are double grab here, traditional jiu-jitsu. And believe me, I come from a very traditional background. It's stepping up, locking in, coming up here, and throwing away here. Okay, you have all kinds of advanced technique, parasol techniques. We have, approximately 32 parasol techniques in our system where, you have a parasol. But would you do that in the street? Well, you might do it in a bar with a beer. Stop a guy from down the ground, so let me have a drink. But your bottom line is, you wouldn't necessarily do that in the dojo. Make sense? Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna apply a couple other techniques, then I'm gonna do the street to ground stuff, which is very rapid fire, very quick, and you've gotta learn it. It's a drill. But the techniques, each one of the phases, about 4 phases of it, you can learn pretty quick. So we'll do one or two other techniques from here. Understand? Now what I want you to do is this. We just did the straight punch. Now we're doing the grab and the punch. When you grab and punch people, start off slow, because you don't want to knock this guy's head off. And then throw a punch. I don't want you thinking for 1 second that the guy in the street is going to do like this, like the guy in the dojo does, your partner. Because he's not. He's going to punch like that. And putting the fear in you is going to make you understand how to block properly. Because nobody throws a punch in the street the way they do in the dojo. Remember that. And don't forget it, because that's going to save your life. Because if you end up getting knocked out and the guy has a weapon, he wants to kill you, or two other guys want to smash your head in the ground, they're going to do it. Period. So when you grab in here, the punch, grab here. Turn from this position here. We have a bunch of these techniques. I teach cops these techniques. And you're going to take this man down, bring him down to here, lock him, and you're going to say to him, all the way down. Can you get out of this? You can't get out of this. Then you're going to slide down the way I teach with the mobilize, neutralize, finalize, which is the INF program I've created for the police officers. And this is how you handcuff. Fold your feet, bring them up, put your hand behind your back. He's strong as an ox. So the more muscle you have, the more he's going to feel this. But can you get out of this, Bobby?
Yes, sir.
He's not going to budge. Okay? Incidentally, let's give courtesy bows to Wilton White over here. Wilton's also a black belt of mine, has his own dojo. He took the certification program, which he came by for a year straight, 4 long weekends, did a great job on it. So, a bunch of guys doing that, proud of you. All right, so watch again. Here, block. That's the most important thing. What's the most important thing, gang? Is block. Understand? Block. Let me use somebody else so they can feel this. Please. Anybody, I don't care who. Now pay attention. Grab, punch. Make sure that's couldn't get. It's short. You see me struggling? Because I work this. Dead arm blocking, you got to work. See how hard that is? So when he throws a punch, grab punch. Here. You come right to this hand. Here's the first technique. Can you get out of this? Try. Try. Nope. No. Can you get out of this? Try. Keep it to your body, people. Can you get out of this? Down on the ground. Can you get out of this? Can you move at all? Try. Try to roll. No. Lock them right up. Slide down the arm like it's a slide. Fold it. Here. Use your body. This is the only way I teach. This is the final move I teach everybody. With cops. If I throw them forward, they end up on their back. They end up like this. Fold your feet. Put your hand on your back. Can you move?
Nope.
Try.
Nope.
You don't want to. Does that make sense? Now, whether I'm throwing, thank you. I want to just throw you. It doesn't matter where I'm going, no matter what kind of throw I'm using. Understand? If he throws a roundhouse punch, I can roll him. Very careful as long as I get behind this to his stomach. From this position here, fold it right here. Does that make sense? That's what you want. You want to be able to have something that works in an avenue that allows you to somewhere remember one technique that's going to work when you get to the ground at all costs. And how do you get the man to this technique? Does that make sense? Get up and work. Go. There's 4 of these techniques. One's from here, punch. Here, same thing going down. One's from here, up. Fold. Very simple. Pulling it out, going down. Understood? One's from here, which we just did. Around, just turns. Keep this close to your body here. Okay? And the other one is a choke. Okay? Roundhouse with choke, one hand against the wall could be, punch, boom. Now, we come from here, up, fold, lock. So we can use this and then come. Makes sense? Now, one thing you gotta learn about, oh, it's good to see you guys. Practical self-defense. These gentlemen here are police officers, and give them a courtesy bow. I met them a couple weeks ago. Great guys. One is retired, one isn't. The homicide detectives. Should we tell it? Doesn't they don't? No one's committing crimes around here. They better not. I'll call you guys in. It's good to see you guys. All right. So what we have is this. If someone's gonna grab and punch you, see how I slapped his face? It's just a simple slap. If he's grabbing here, is going to keep him away. These kind of techniques. I can come up here. I can go anywhere I want. Believe me, this guy's going where I want him to, because he doesn't know where I'm going. If I decide to turn in here, I'll break his arm. If I decide to slide around, break it in here, put it in here, depending upon where I want to go. Does that make sense, guys? And girls, that's what you want. Okay, so those 4 there should be very quick. I want you to do yourself a favor. If you're doing all 4, fine. If you're doing 1 or 2, fine. But I want this. Fast. 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 Understood? Very quick. That's what I'm looking for. I'm going to give you one more you can add on to that. Bobby, please. I'll use Bobby. So, people swinging at your head real fast. You're going to come around. Now you're going to be behind this guy. Listen to me. You want to end this fast? You get behind the man and move your feet. You can strike up into the groin. You can do a million different things. But if someone swings at you, swing You gotta loop around. You understand me? Loop around. Okay. This wire here. Loop around. Let's get to this corner here. So you, right here. Okay. So when you're coming in here, watch. Loop, foot in. Now watch this technique. His first reaction is gonna grab this. We're gonna grab this. He's gonna wanna grab my hand. When we bump him, boom, this foot comes up. He's not going anywhere. You fold this here. Now he's in big trouble here. He's not going nowhere. Put your hand behind your back, and he does anything. All I do is this, boom. That's very painful, so be careful. If I want to throw this over here, that's fine too. I want to go into the handcuffing mode here. He's stuck. Does that make sense? It's important you learn that. So when you're in this position here, and he's swinging, I'm more concerned with you getting hit. Watch my feet. Because you can't do this unless you watch my feet. So he comes in. Not easy. But you got to practice it. But this is what you want to grab. Anything in here, wherever you want to do. When you bump him, you step forward and put this leg up. So he's looking for the ground at this point. You have his leg. And then fold. Here. That's it. So you can add that on. Go. Close, Bobby. He throws a roundhouse punch in my head. Make sure you get around people. Now, if his foot doesn't step forward, we have a different technique. What you're doing, if your foot, just so you know, if his foot doesn't step forward, watch. Get your hand in here, lock up in here. And your fingers here. He'll buckle on you right away. And then you're gonna go down, which I'll show you where you could go from here in the next set of throws, which is similar to this. Or if he's standing up, you can hook in here and go this way. Make sense? But to stay with the technique, step forward, please. Doesn't matter, like I said, that's gonna happen. Guys on the street don't say, well, which foot do you want me to step with? They don't say, well, which hand do you want me to grab with? Do you want me to punch this hand or this hand? Are you righty or you lefty? Does that make sense? That's the biggest problem I have with martial arts. Is everybody knows what's happening. On the street, you don't know. It's one of the reasons why UFC is so big. No holds barred. You don't know what's coming. The only thing you have there, that's the opportunity, is to view tapes to figure out what you need to do to beat that other guy that obviously has certain techniques that he uses, and your job is to work against those techniques and counter them. That's the only opportunity. Boxers, the same thing. You see a boxer, he's good with a hook, uppercut, whatever. You got to analyze and dictate in your mind what's going to be the best way for you to strategize to fight an opponent. On the street, there is none of that. There is absolutely none of that. See with your eyes, think with your brain, react with your body. So when you see something, your objective is to get as fast as you can with seeing whatever moves. If a person's going to punch you with a roundhouse hook, he's not going to punch you from here with a roundhouse hook. He's going to left hand up. If a guy's going to punch with a straight punch this way, you're going to see the fist go here. If he's going to jab, you're going to see this hand up. If he's going to do an uppercut, he's going to drop his hand down. Now, how hard is it? It's very hard to pick up with your eyes where that man's motion is going to lead him. But that's your objective. Close your eyes and do drills. You know, give yourself a count. And then go into something. Start with grabs first and a punch. Because if someone's grabbing the right or left, the other hand's coming with a roundhouse punch, at least you start with something. And then build up from there to get a sense of security within yourself to understand that, hey, I've got this. I can see things now that I didn't see before. Never mind black, this doesn't mean anything. Father always said, this does not mean anything when I walk outside. If you're law enforcement like these fellows are, this doesn't mean, they can't wear this on the street and say to a criminal, hey, you know what? I'm an 8th degree black belt. Don't fool around with me. They could care less. They could care less. Make sense? Especially if they're running from something. So you don't have that leisure, okay, to pick and choose who's going to fight you. So you got to be able to take care of business with anybody. Make sense? So when he's swinging here, you got to duck under, get around. This is key. Get the hand here because he's going to lean down to grab this. As he leans down to grab this, grab my hand because he wants to know this hand because you're going to grab this. You're not going to feel this yet. This is what he's going to feel. Once I bump him, he's going to let go and he's going to head toward the ground. Because what's his natural reaction? Uh-oh. And if he doesn't know how to fall, he's hurting himself just with this fall. Why is this an important technique? Because no one ever expects to get thrown forward. They always expect to be thrown backward. So if you end up behind them, they never expect this. They always expect to be thrown the other way. So you fold this here, and now lock. Can you get out of this? Try. I'm not getting out of this. Use this leg here, very important. Understood? Yes. Let's do it. Go, quick, fast, because we got this other technique I want to show you. Yame, people, real quick. If he's swinging at me, look at me. My feet can't go like this. This is the worst thing you could do. Because if he stops here and runs backward, you're in trouble. Elbow comes up, everything. You've got to get these feet moving. Listen, when you dance, you don't dance like this, do you? You dance, you move it around like this, correct or incorrect? So when he's swinging here at me here, I want to get here. See how fast my feet are moving? That's what I'm looking for. Now I can grab here, boom, get this deep. Now watch this hand. I can't play with this. This hand has to scoop here, right here. It's got to be quick. Understand? Small foot compared to those other guys. Okay, so from here, try to get out. He's not going anywhere. If I take this foot here, fold your foot, put your hand behind your back now. He's not going absolutely nowhere here. Make sense? Flexible son of a gun. All right, let's go to the grappling. We work on that for one more minute. We have a roll about 9. In trouble with this here, when you get it, it's up here. You finish here, you're here. You just threw them. Boom. You're hooking this, folding this down knee here. This has to get in the crock of your arm. And grab here. Don't go this way, don't. Grab here. And all you gotta do is take this knee while you shift. Try to get out. He'll be bouncing all over. He'll be he'll even sing for you. Now that doesn't mean I don't have nerves in here. I got a million nerves. I can show you nerve attacks all day long, but I'm not gonna. These are drills I showed a couple weeks ago, as a matter of fact, but they're simple drills. They're drills that lead you into technique that does not allow, grappling-wise, that man to move. They're all combat street grappling techniques, basically. One thing you're gonna learn is you don't want to hit the ground with your knees. Make sense? Yes, sir. So if he's throwing a punch, I want to come in here and hit here. Now my foot has to move. So here, see how I fold my foot here? I don't go into the judo mode where I'm coming in here and I'm coming up. That stays out. That's strictly for sport. In a street situation, this hand just floats. And my idea, if he's throwing a roundhouse punch, the idea of being loose is to be able to, that's where the dead arm comes from. If he's throwing a roundhouse punch, this is loose. I want to know I can hurt him with this, not this, because this doesn't hurt. A whip hurts a lot more than a 2x4. If you really look at a distance, if I hit you from here with a whip, he's going to be stinging all over the place. Remember the old towel days in high school? Okay, so let's go quick on this. Roundhouse punch, 1. You throw here and land. Oops, I forgot about that mic. Okay. You all right? Hurt me more than you. Okay, so look, come over here, quick, everybody. Just back this way. First thing you're going to do, you're going to land on him. When you throw, your foot comes out. You do not hit the ground at all. You land on him as a blanket. He is your cushion. From this position here, you push the head to the side. Don't forget this. None of this. You see a lot of this in no holds barred. You see a lot of judo. That's kesekatami. You're pushing the head over. Bring your body down so his chin is down. And then you roll. This guy's neck is literally spiraled. Then he's going to push. This is a drill. He's going to push both hands in front this way. This is how he's going to try to get out of this. You take the elbow, now you get katakatami, but street-oriented approach. Here, you're going to come down, lock. You're going to float out, lock. Understood? You're going to get up, you're going to push him this way, and come up with him. Understood? You're going to float with this foot. Somebody hold this back here, because I can't show this. Okay, you're going to float with this foot through. This head is going to come out, and you're going to spiral the man's body this way. Now, let me have somebody else that I can use. Who falls, who does. Oh, come over here. Oh, you're going to fall? Who? You want to pull the mic on? Yeah, I think so. Can't do this with the mic on. Leave the mic right here so you can hear it. Right here, I'll talk on the ground. Watch here. This is a drill that's phenomenal. You come in with the roundhouse punch again. Doesn't mean I can't hit here. I want to come in here. Here. I want to land on them. See my feet come out? Turn around so we can get the camera bird's eye view here. Okay? First thing you do, push the chin over. Man, I don't care how strong you are. Everybody who thinks they're strong, I want to lay them down right now. Let's show you this. Just so you see. From here, you tuck here, you lock. Your shoulder goes in. Understood? That's number one. He pushes with the face. Here, chin. You take this. Again, nose has to spiral away from the navel. You can't have the nose over the navel. That's why this works. Push here. Lift it up. Same thing. Turn around. Down here. Up on your knees. Push him. Follow him. Float in. Cross his face. And just lean down. Tie him up. Now watch. Feel this? Try to get out. You're not going nowhere. You'll get hurt. Make sense? Can you try that drill? Yes. One more time? I'll show it to you one more time. Again, people, listen to me hard. I need that. Without that, I could care less. I could do this all day long. Here, 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 here. Like I said, I can teach you a million techniques here, 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 here. Looks good, doesn't it? But reality, we don't want to go dancing too much. I can dance pretty good, but the bottom line is, in a street approach, we don't want to dance. Get to the point. He throws a punch, here. So as I do it again, I'm in. I land on him. Feet come out. I land on my rear end and on him. Turn around again. You see this? Push the head under the elbow, under the arm. Raise it up. Put your hand in front, go, push. Push here, down the head, lock. So I'm here, lock it in. Turn here, lock it in. Up on your knees, push them, follow them. In, and just fold. Try it, you like it. He's a yellow belt, but he's throwing a punch. You can't back up and, again, you've got to throw a punch. Here, here, okay? Make sure that this is here. This hand coming up here will knock him. In reality, if I just did this, you have the meridian lines. You have your large intestine here, small intestine here. You got a knockout point here. Some of you guys know this. We do what they call Shinkewaza. My father showed me. I don't teach you too much. But these are knockout points. But if your guy throws a punch and you do this here, feel it?
Oh, yeah.
And then throw him. Then you're in trouble. Make sense? But I don't want to see this. Look at me. Backing up here. You learn to do this. And the reason why, watch, hard. Bring him down. And step. Guys, you got to learn to move your feet. I'm telling you that right now. No matter where you're going, if he comes in with a roundhouse punch, boom, I could break his arm right there by just feeding myself. Make sense? Right. So Bobby, just let me show him that. We're running out of time, but if a guy throws a punch, and you know there's a guy over here, there's a guy, wherever it might be, and you don't want to lose him, you can break in here and get rid of this guy. Or fold in here. It's the same thing with the grabs. If he's grabbing here, and he goes to grab me, and I back up, boom, boom. I keep this body close. Man doesn't expect this, and Wally, he's the man with that. He's the guy that can take you down with one finger and play with you. He's done that many times with me. I was saying, geez, how is he doing this? He called me 2 weeks ago out of nowhere to say hi, see how I was doing, which was very, very, very kind of him because of my father passing on. And we talked for a while. And in my heart, in my soul, there's three people, Wally, my father, Professor V, that are three people in my life that impacted me. Not by what they did on the mat, but by the human beings that they are. And they were. Because he's still here, the other two are gone. But those three people, honestly, I never saw them talk bad about anybody, criticize people in the wrong manner, hurt anybody purposely. So you respect that when you have an instructor like that. I've been very lucky. So again, when you're doing that block, make sure it's here. And everybody here, after about 4 or 5 of these blocks, that guy's not going to throw punches hard at you anymore. Because you will go home and tomorrow you will say, what the hell did I do to my arm? Make sense? Go to work for 1 more minute, that's it. People ask me, how do you develop that? The dead arm. Doesn't matter how small you are, people, you got to develop it properly. Now, this is over years of training, but over a 6-month period, you can develop dead arms where no one's going to come in. They throw a punch at you, you're going to hurt them. Remember the Okinawan stylists of karate? If a guy's throwing a punch here, they just and they hit you. That was a strike. It wasn't a block. But it's the wrong way of doing it in a reality-based situation today in modern day times. You wouldn't do that. That was normally to get a man's weapon out of his hand, or but you had to move from here. That's where you're stiff. But the dead arm here is very short. So what you want to do is, one, you start off just like this with your partner. And you'll be black and blue here. And then you add it on. And you just keep on going. And you will feel this sucker. You do this for a while, you're going to feel it. He doesn't feel, I don't feel as much anymore because you condition your nerves in your arms, you condition your bones, and all of a sudden your bones start developing, your nerves start developing, your radial nerve gets tougher, and that's it. So with that, please stand.
Time's up, Sensei.
I know I'm bowing out right now, sir.
Thank you.
I know the wrath of John Oschlager. I love him. All right, thank you, Bobby. Us, everybody. Very nice.